All right, welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the broadcast here, the Kiev Major European Qualifier action continuing to come at you. I'm Breaky CPK once again, joined by Merlini here. And we have our next match now on the list, and this should be a fun one. Team Secret, one of the favorites, no doubt in a lot of people's minds here to come out of the European region, going up against Prodota Gaming, one of the two open qualifier teams that made it here. But I'm looking forward to this one. What about you, Merlini?
Where's Keeper?
5 seconds remaining.
You just don't want that Coddle, man. You stress that Coddle pick.
They need him.
Well, there you go. Secret will pick it.
Keeper is better than Sordar.
Yeah?
Yes.
That's a bold statement there,
He
sir.
is, I think, actually way better than Sordar right now.
We've been seeing, obviously, a bit of Keeper as you're getting at, and for good reason, I think.
Keeper is sick. If they had a Keeper last game instead of Ogre, the game would have been mega over.
It would have been
so
really,
fast.
really over. But what about the counter, the quote-unquote counter of a Night Stalker? I feel like we've actually seen that a little bit, too, with Keeper. Coming on the scene.
Keeper will crush your lanes,
Okay.
whereas Night Stalker can't really do that. And you still have the perma recall, so you can split push. And you still can't, like, push into a Keeper during night with Night Stalker.
Yeah.
Like, you still have that problem where your waves just instantly die. Ooh, Bounty Hunter. First phase. Team Secret.
Puppy. There you go.
In theory, it's... I wouldn't even call it a soft counter, honestly. I would call it, like... whatever softer than... What's softer than soft?
Like a velvet. Like, I don't even know. Like a whipped cream. It's pretty soft.
Creamy counter?
Creamy.
That just sounds weird.
Let's not go with that choice. Softer than soft counter. But your point is, it's really not that big of a deal. It sounds like it's what you're getting at.
No. But I'm not a Keeper player, but from
Okay.
what I've heard, and like playing against Night Stalker, I'm never really scared if I have Keeper on my team. I'm like, this is great. I have Keeper on my team. You're just so happy when you have
Yeah.
Keeper on your team.
What about Bounty Hunter? Are you happy when you have Bounty Hunter in your team?
If it's Pilot at Bounty Hunter, yeah.
Okay.
Team Secrets.
Pilot, yeah. I think Puppy has History Planet too, right?
Yeah, but
Okay.
I think Puppy's a Keeper player.
Ah, okay.
But I don't know. They've been swapping things up a lot recently. Puppy used to always be the Keeper player, but Pilot and Puppy, they have a lot of overlap in their heroes, and they
10 seconds
also
remaining.
actually play. Yeah, they play both.
5 seconds
So
remaining.
the Night Stalker is also a question of where you're going to lane him. So it used to be Iron Talon. This was popularized by Vici maybe like a year ago. But Iron Talon straight jungling as a 4 has not really been popular that much anymore. So you usually dual offlane him. But you're dual offlaning into a Keeper. Like you can't dual offlane into a Keeper with like Night Stalker Slowdown. You'll get destroyed.
Yeah.
So where do you actually put the Night Stalker? Who knows? I don't know.
A couple of games that we saw again, the open qualifiers. Now I know that doesn't mean a lot, but I feel like we did see them in the 4 position usually. Kind of maybe a little bit of that jungle, like I said, the Iron Talon pickup tries to jungle a little bit.
Bounty Hunter
but
though.
That's true. The Bounty Hunter can cause issue there. So
There's a lot of issues.
yeah, maybe not. Maybe they're overthinking it. Perhaps if you're Prodota, because again, it's like night counters the day. Yeah, we got the Night Stalker. But like you're suggesting, now where do you lane it? That's kind of can throw things for a loop. And then you have the Slaughter, which again, I feel like we've actually seen a lot more 4-position Slaughter lately than off-lane Slaughter. So
10 seconds
if he's going to take that role, then yeah, where is Night Stalker then the off-lane? I mean, a lot of questions. A lot of questions. Very few answers so far. Juggernaut, though, going to be coming out here as a core pick for Prodota with the Ember Spirit mid-option on the other side.
Juggernaut, I actually think, is one of the better ways to deal with the Keeper. The Healing Ward deals with the Illuminate very well when you're actually trying to push. One of the biggest problems about playing
10
against Keeper
seconds
is
remaining.
ending the game. You cannot... It's so hard to go high ground versus Keeper. It's ridiculous.
5
Yeah.
seconds
Ever since the
remaining.
Chakra reduced cooldown, you have like double Illuminate. That's like 1,000 damage. How's your creep wave
Reserve
survive that?
time.
Healing Ward is pretty decent, so your pusher like Juggernaut doesn't get destroyed by it and have to heal up. So I think it's he's pretty good, and he can actually deal with Blinding Light too by spinning out of it or whatever it may be.
Overall, a good core, really in many cases, but yeah, justification as to why against the Coddle as well being brought up there. The 4th picks for either side now coming out for these teams. And I will say, Insania loves to play Rubik, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's a pick up here. Now, is there a reason why Rubik would be a bad pick, you think?
I don't think it particularly deals well with Bounty Hunter or Ember Spirit. I think you either want a hero that can just like destroy the Bounty Hunter on sight, or a hero that provides more lockdown versus Ember Spirit. I mean, Rubik's never like I wouldn't say he's never a bad pick, but I would say there are better picks in this situation.
Okay. Well, Secret's spending quite a bit of time, actually, with this 4th pick. I mean, you figure they still need their 1 in their off lane, most likely, so... Ooh, that's a little different. Chaos Knight.
They have no AoE.
Maybe that's why.
Chaos Knight actually has mana issues, too. So with Keeper Chakra, you can just go like Tread's Armlet and just be completely okay. It stuns a lot of mana, 140, and then you're Reality Rifting a lot. Phantasm's a lot, too, so... It's one of those chords is like you used to build drums for the mana, but now drums is crap, so there's not that many great items. You can build Helm, but Helm's like not that great on him. We talked about it.
There we go. I know my boy well.
Rubik, it is.
Rubik coming out here, yeah, and Sandia loves to play that. And come with me, the other support player, and we do see that Wisp band, by the way. Quick note on that. That's Team Secret doing a little bit of research in the open qualifiers, because we cast these guys later on, and I think it was a semifinal matchup, actually. Come With Me dominated with the Wisp. It was actually really crazy to see, using that Spirits to do plenty of damage throughout early ganks, and then obviously with the Tether and the relocate to certain positions to save and also play offense. It was just crazy how well he was playing it. So understandable that they ban out a comfort hero clearly there.
I think they know him personally too. Come With Me has been in the scene forever. The same with Garter and Cheshire Cat. They've been like on the tier like 3-ish EU for forever, and you just meet them a lot in pubs or random small tournaments all the time. In-house leagues, whatever it may be. Chaos Knight's cool, though.
Yeah, that's pretty unique, too, and fun to watch. He can be entertaining. The Reality Rift pull-in, stun that he brings, and then his ulti, of course, with the illusion creation of the Phantasm here. Lacking AoE, though, as you're talking about, like on the other side, again, Rubik doesn't really... I guess the Fade Bolt can be decent, but... Is that going to be an overall concern you feel like for Prodota right now?
Oh, definitely. Chaos Knight is always an issue if you don't have any AoE. Invoker is one of the best ones because illusions can't BKB, and if you get like if you get Armlet Heart on CK, you need a way to deal with that. Invoker is one of the better ones. Deafening Blast is really good at dealing with illusions. They don't have Magic Immunity. Ice Wall, really good at dealing with it. Tornado, really good at dealing with it. Meteor, all of these are really good. But other than that, what's a mid hero with AoE that can deal with Chaos Knight that's not Timber Assault or Invoker?
OD?
OD is okay, but you have to have BKB to deal with it.
Yeah.
Which is not ideal, I would say. Magnus maybe might be an option, but that's very risky. I don't like it really versus their lineup. I don't really think they can catch anyone. I think Empowered Jug is very strong, though.
True.
What else would be good?
I know he likes to play Storm Spirit, but that is obviously one of those bands there.
Yeah, and they need a good lane versus Ember, too. Maybe they just put Jug mid and do a safe laner with AoE, but I don't even know any
like
safe
a TA or a Phantom Assassin, so one of those routes. But
TA would get dumpstered here so hard. Oh my god.
I'm just throwing out random heroes here, alright?
What was the other one?
Phantom Assassin.
Ooh, Phantom Assassin would also get dumpstered. Shadow Fiend is nice. I think it is a very good option. It's like a strong mid laner that scales that has some AoE. That's a good BKB hero, because I think they need a BKB hero for the mid laner.
That almost seemed like an obvious pick, actually. I'm surprised now that one of us even brought that up, but
yeah,
so many heroes in this damn game. But yeah, definitely one of our obvious ones, and we have been seeing a lot of Shadow Fiend come back on the scene recently, so not surprising to see that here. Final pick.
It's really tough for Bounty Hunter, though. Bounty Hunter, Shadow Fiend. Oh, okay, might be off lane.
Keizu Enigma.
Where's Rubik, too? And Night Stalker. That's not easy.
Yeah.
That's a real tough Enigma game to actually get your holes, but...
This is like the 4th Enigma game I've seen in these last 2 days. I don't know if it's starting to be a trend or something, but...
Enigma is very good, in my opinion. I think he... Like, not nearly as good as Kato, but I would definitely think he's, like, top 10 supports right now, in my book. But Rubik's, like, picked so commonly nowadays, and some of the scenes really like their Silencer. And Warlock is also kind of common, too, so Enigma doesn't do well versus many of those. Same with Core Venge, I also think is kind of popular, and there's just no way to deal with it well as Enigma.
Yeah. Fun fact here as we're loading into the game now, as far as a little bit of history, history with some of these players here. Keizu, as I mentioned, maybe playing the Enigma, but Keizu, actually former teammates with Insania and Mickey back in their Han days, so they do have a little bit of personal history there. and know each other very well, and we're successful together. So it's kind of fun seeing them in their matchup against one another now over here, of course, Dota 2, and in a pretty prestigious event, to say the least, the EU qualifier. So looking forward to this one quite a bit. But again, Secret in a lot of people's minds. Talking about that real quickly, I mean, do you feel like Secret's probably the team to beat in the European region for these qualifiers?
I think so, yeah. I'm trying to think of any other teams that
I guess
are really, really good. I think they're one of the best ones.
some of the other favorites, like Bears, I know has been getting
Bears
a lot of
is pretty
attention.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Bears and Secret would be my two.
Yeah.
But there can only be one.
That's true. For Europe, there can only be one. A couple of regions have two, but such
Ooh,
as Southeast
double
Asia.
mangoes on MP. He's a mango man.
All right, likes those mangoes there.
You don't see mangoes much anymore.
No.
Mangoes are not very common. You see one on Jug a lot of the time. Other than that, you don't see many mangoes. But he has Keeper on his team too, which is even more surprising. So Puppy will actually be taking the Bounty Hunter, and Pilot will be taking the Keeper. So Pilot usually plays a 4,
30
so
seconds to battle.
I guess this makes a little bit more sense.
Whenever I see, especially two mangoes, I mean, it feels like that means that he's going to be looking to be very aggressive with his abilities, of course, right? Like especially that Chaos Bolt.
Yeah, you usually get Clarities though. But
Yeah.
Clarities are so valuable now. Oh my goodness, to 190 mana. It's 190, right? I'm pretty sure it's 190.
Can't be taken off by creeps now as well. That's a nice benefit, especially for junglers that
The battle
are not
begins.
are not a thing really. And it can even with these Enigma pickups, I've actually, like I said, it's like the fourth game I've happened to see him in completely different teams. He's always in the off lane though. He's never actually been a jungle Enigma.
Lose the lanes, lose the game.
Okay. That's important. Those good old lanes. Puppy is on the Bounty Hunter here, and he's at the top lane, ready to harass with the Enigma up here and harass some of the supporting cast, I'm sure.
He also wanted to block that big spawn. If Enigma is going to be jungling and ditching the off lane, then they want someone to soak it up and to make sure that they don't play super greedy. Super greedy is stacking and pulling both the large camp and the small camp. If they can't stack the large camp, they're actually not getting that much out of it if Enigma is able to free the jungle and Puppy is so good experience. I actually think Secret wins out in this scenario.
Yeah. So
And he denied the range creep, so that's fun.
So bottom lane, though, I mean, this is interesting with they do send Night Stalker bottom. He's kind of partnered with a Slaughter, but it seems a little awkward almost. Going up against Chaos Knight, Coddle, already a lot of pressure on a Night Stalker. Is this going to be an issue for Night Stalker, you feel?
Yes. He's laning versus Keeper.
Always going to be an issue.
Keeper is incredibly difficult to deal with in lane, especially at this level with these keepers. Like the way they jungle and the way they blast from the fog is just it's just really difficult to deal with. You can't really dodge it if they're really good about their blasts. And Pilot is one of the better support players, I would say, in the EU region. And I don't know, the things that you can do with Keeper is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think.
And Slaughter, he's running on the uphill. Come with me. Needs to be careful about that. Of course, Chaos, they're pinging out as if they want to make a play. He does have the combo, the Reality Rift, and the Chaos Bolt. So, going back to Cuddle,
you can't contest the pull. Like he can just blast
Yeah.
this, and then you take damage, and he gets a creep. Like how do you stop that? You just can't. Like even Cheshire Cat tried to come around and maybe interrupt it with a void, but it doesn't really matter. Like you can just I don't know. Keeper is just...
Well, we're not talking about Keeper enough, so I want to keep talking about it here. No, but the lack of mana leak being picked up lately by a lot of Keeper players earlier on in the game, I feel like has kind of been a trend too. Have you noticed that? And
Screw mana leak. 150 mana. Especially if you dual lane. Like if they dual lane, you can just stand there. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
Because dual lanes have been very popular nowadays. So I think if it's like a solo offlaner, especially some of the weak ones, maybe some like Centaur too. Centaur's been pretty common recently. Then I think it's okay. But I think the Chakra just wins your lane a lot more, along with the Illuminate. Because like Mana Leak, you can't contest a neutral stack with it either. I think Illuminate's a lot more flexible. He didn't get the small camp double stack off because the Slaughter blocked it, so it's actually slowing him down a decent amount, not being able to get 3 that fast. But they're bringing Puppy in down here, and it is just a solo Night Stalker. Slaughter wrapping around mid lane. Mid one a little bit low, but it's going to be really hard unless he gets like a double tango into a stun.
Yeah.
Oof, that's really tough. And he has to not use his chains on him.
That's true, yeah.
And not bottle up. Yeah, it's just too many ifs.
A lot of things need to work out for Come With Me there, but he is being patient. I mean, he's chilling nearby. He wants to get it, but meanwhile, bottom lane. We do have the actual first blood coming out onto Night Stalker as he goes down. You mentioned Puppy going in there earlier on, and it was just about a matter of time before they eventually got it. Now, Slaughter is going to be found, and mid one will be fine as a result. So
They knew that Slaughter was around because no one helped the Night Stalker. Night Stalker just died on his own. So what is Slaughter doing? Either jungling, taking bounty runes, or harassing mid. He doesn't have Iron Talent, so he's not jungling. He's not close to the 4-minute mark, so he's not taking bounties. So the only other place for him to be is mid.
yeah, so look at Night Stalker too. Yeah, again with the double mango on him as well, ready to get that regen kicking in, but hasn't really had the opportunity to use them necessarily as Bounty Hunter. Going to keep roaming around, of course. Going up here, trying to find that Slaughter. Not going to find him, though, as he's running the other direction, picking up that Bounty Rune. Going towards middle instead.
Puppy is trying to keep tabs on the Slaughter. He knew that he took the bounty rune. Or was it around that area? And there is a smoke. Is he going to pop it? He immediately popped it. And they do have a dust. Puppy.
Okay. This
He
could be a
is
turn.
wondering how the hell they knew he was there. But he will at least pop with the clarity. Oh, he actually might get away.
No. Oh, he missed the crush! And now the turn. Okay, they get it.
He could have raised too, but he dragged him closer to the tower. That was actually pretty cool
Yeah.
by Insania to give him that little bit of extra true sight by dragging him closer to the tower. Much
Played
needed.
it there. Oh, middle lane actually. Mid one could go down. The second raise connects. There's a void coming out for the Night Stalker, and down he goes. It is nighttime, and they take advantage of that immediately. So that's a great rotation. Of course, what you like to see with the first Nightfall, especially.
They're making really good use of the offlanes because they know they can't really stop the pulls and they can't really stop Chaos Knight from farming. So they relegated it to at least try and win the mid lane. I think they would have tried to smoke around mid too before the Ember Spirit hits level 6. But unfortunately, that window is going to close very soon. Despite it still being nighttime for 3 minutes, Ember Spirit is almost level 6.
Almost there. Chaos Knight level 5. He still has both those mangoes. That's where it feels like almost like, I guess in hindsight, maybe it wasn't necessary to get the 2 mangoes, but you know, it's playing the health regen, I guess.
The health regen is good. I think it's quite good because Hedra, Ring is 2 regen for like almost 3 times the gold, so it's kind of value.
Oh man, they're trying to make a decision to go in up here, but he chooses to fall back. And now, Come With Me is going to fall as a result of that. Yeah, that was... Juggernaut was going back and forth. He's like, I want to dive with you, bro, but I also don't want to. He chose not to.
Maybe if he were 6, they could have made it quick and clean. But unfortunately, he is not. Bounty Hunter, is he going to get the chickens kill? Oh, no. He knows it's around there, and Prodota also know that he is around there.
Yeah. Sit in the trees. Obviously, when you're going against a Bounty Hunter, you really have to keep tabs on that courier.
Take that.
Especially with Puppy playing it. He's known for hunting those couriers and not going to get that one there, though. So.
They try to use a scan. Is he going to walk into it? No, he's not.
Here comes the silence, though, and now Ember Spirit, level 6, but with the silence, of course, unable to use the Remnant.
Wow.
And he will go down. So
that was a really good use of scan, too. Because they knew that, like, the Slaughter was like, I'm not sure if he knows that I'm here or not. So rather than dusting prematurely or dropping a sentry, they use a scan to make sure that their presence is unknown. That was really cool.
Yeah, good heads up there from Prodota. And, well, 3-2 lead. Obviously, they're addressing this Ember Spirit here in the middle lane as he's now 0-2-0. So kind of keeping him in check, and it most certainly is working. As they're collapsing on the Coddle right here as a lift coming out from Insania. Throws him down the crush. It did actually hit. That was a pretty far distance, but they do connect. They get the kill on the Coddle. Now they need to run. That's going to be a lot easier said than done. The black hole comes out, and there's no stopper despite being nearby, but the damage coming out from Mickey as Sutter gets pulled back in. The double kill for mid one, but he's being turned on now. The Omni Slash bouncing in the background, gets the kill onto him, and Puppy going to pop that Shadow Walk away and be fine, but well, numbers-wise, that worked out for Prodota, it looks like.
They are making so much happen during nighttime, too. That was a pretty decent black hole, but they didn't have enough burst into there. The Ember Spirit only had 1 remnant down there at the time, and Coddle was already dead, so they didn't have the Illuminate. CK didn't even CP, so great black hole, but no follow-up from them. And that was on their shrine. That was not a fight that they wanted to lose,
no.
But it is circling in on daytime in just about 10 seconds or so, and Pilot Eye will get the D ward, but this is not really the early game that Secret would have wanted. They definitely don't want an Ember Spirit with 3 deaths right now.
Yeah, it's pretty evident that of course, it's just they picked up Night Stalker maybe because Coddle was picked up on the other side, but at the same time, it wasn't just like a blind pickup of like, well, yeah, this is night against day. It's
top
good.
lane, Kazu and Pylai in a little bit of trouble.
No Corrosive Haze just yet for Slaughter, so the amp damage not going to be working. But yeah, they're trying to set up here, but you can tell with hugging the tower, they know something's up. Going to be pushing out now a little bit, though, so perhaps an opening to be had.
Yeah, they have to be very careful, though. One TP, I think, will be probably too much for them to handle at this juncture.
Oh, they're going to cut through the river, actually. Yeah, they know now. Casey realizing, crap, he's in a bad spot. Can he get the stun off? He cannot first. The nice blinding light pushback, though. We'll throw the stun on to come with me, and that's going to be enough to scare him off. Illuminate from a distance from Coddle, and no kill on there as a result. Middle lane, meanwhile, they do get the kill on a Mickey. As they dive in pretty aggressively. It looks like Chaos Knight, of course, assisting with that. The Phantasm being used.
And
Good
track
job.
time.
And they're going to the top lane. Look at that. Juggernaut. He will be able to spin out and TP away, but that good movement here coming out from the Radiant side now. Oh, does on Puppy, but a little too far away as that track is put up.
Get out of there. Track move speed. Strong.
He's good. But yeah, to the top lane again. He got recalled up here by Coddle after that middle kill pretty much right away, and now going to play aggressive at the top lane. So this Chaos Knight, he's definitely being aggressive with the team as Puppy. He's making his way up here too. He notices Garter running up here in the Juggernaut as well as Cheshire Cat. It was a nice vision for the team. All 5 of them are collapsing in though. There goes that track going to be wearing off now on a Slaughter. Trying to run away. Can he maybe get a blind stun on Enigma? Absolutely not. He ports out.
They don't have hole. They also don't have positioning. Like Keeper can't like blast into them because they're coming in from like 3 directions: the right side, the southeast side, and the south side. So
Yeah.
that was definitely the right play to back off.
Armlet being purchased here by MP, of course, playing the Chaos Knight.
Treads Armlet makes your illusions very strong, and it gives you a ton of armor versus the SF, Slaughter, and the Juggernaut. Overall, one of the better builds, I think. Especially when you have Coddle.
Darkness has fallen as another relocate in, though, actually coming out, and Slaughter is going to feel the pain as a result. Chaos Knight getting pulled on in from Coddle and doing a lot of work in the background. Ember Spirit, he's chasing Insania. The Rubik will also be illuminated down and make it a 2-for-0. So again, great movement, great response from Secret. Another relocate. They're really taking advantage of the recall, excuse me.
Yeah,
Coddle.
Keeper broken. Recall. Like, it's like, oh, okay, I'm looking for the Coddle. Oh, wait, there's a CK that are waiting for me. That must be fun.
Yeah, because of that ability. So bring him on in and ready to fight. And now this top tower, it's also ready to fall. No defense being put up by Prodota. Understandable. Just going to let this one go up here, but Helm of the Dominator is being worked on by Garter. Again, a lot of fighting going on, so definitely a different game, as that was a Requiem used in the middle. Not really getting anything out of it, though. I don't know if Pilot Eye was walking in and he thought he had a chance right there, but now actually Puppy's going to be found. Sitting with the Invis on top. The track is up, though. The Reality Rift pull in. There's a Phantasm. And they got the kill on Shadow Fiend. That's going to be big. A lot of gold going around.
Got 2 illusions.
Yeah.
That's a little bit too RNG for my liking, actually. It's one of the more, like, I guess Chaos Knight. I mean, his name is Chaos, but
That's the point.
That's probably one of the most RNG spells in the game.
And that's Chaos Knight in general. Likes that RNG. Definitely it can work out as it did there, of course, though. And obviously Shadow Fiend feeling the pain. And despite losing the tower, definitely a victory for Team Secret. So the early start with the rotations from Night Stalker was looking pretty good. But notice how, since it's been the next daytime, it's been the advantage for the other side. So it's going to be in shifts, it almost feels like.
They have the holdout, too. So they can still fight during nighttime. Uh-oh. I had a little bit of lag. Kezu also has his mech complete already. I wonder actually what the bounty hunter is going to go if he doesn't have the... If they already have the mech. Maybe Solar Crest? Oh, Solar Crest is so good here.
Yeah.
Solar Crest.
Great at amping that damage, but also the evasion. Nice benefit to have.
Roche, too.
Yeah.
Roche is so good.
Ember Spirit, he gets caught up here. The net onto him even, as you see the Helm of the Dominator making use of that with the Dark Troll Summoner, but Garter realizing that more is nearby and he'll fall back. But how about this Ember Spirit, by the way? He went right into bots here with the Ring of Aquila. No Veil pickup yet.
Radiant's bottom tower is
That's
under
not a spell amp.
It's definitely a little bit unusual, especially because he has Keeper. We've seen some of them go like Treads and a little bit more tanky builds, but I guess he's going to rely on the Chaos Knight to be in the front line and wants to up his efficiency a lot with the BOTs. Save the recall for Chaos Knight.
Yeah. Got this push, though, from this Radiant side. It's definitely effective, and they get another tower kill as a result. And not much that, again, the Dire can do to stop it, it seems like right now. But, again, it is nighttime. Puppey, though, gonna scout out a couple over here. Another dust goes out, though, but it was just out of range.
Top lane. Ooh. From the fog. That was a very nice Chaos Bolt. He has a Chaos Bolt from like the southeast and then drug him into it. But those were trees over there, so he had no time to react with the spin.
Yeah, great catch there. And again, Puppey also going to walk away with really no harm. He's continued to be a nuisance. He wanted to pick off that courier, but not going to happen. But you can just tell the map control right now for Team Secret is definitely on point at this time. Point booster already picked up by Coddle with that set, so the Axe is coming along very nicely for him right here. As Insania's roaming on through, he actually stole the Shadow Walk. That's why he's invis. And oh, yeah, nice pilot. Actually snipes that bounty root right in front of him. Meanwhile, unable to get it right there. Shadow Fiend, though, what does he have? He has a Dragon Lance, and he's working right into a BKB, so feeling like he needs the combat items here. Ready to fight as top lane, though, collapse on. Silence comes out on a Keeper of the Light, but in comes Ember Spirit. The Reality Rift pull back in the background. They will lock down for the kill on a Night Stalker. Slaughter, come with me, throws out a crush, but he just wants to run after that. Once again, the Reality Rift pulls him back in. The track hold coming out. Double kill for Puppey. And talk about excelling. They are definitely excelling now.
One thing that's also a sick combo with Keeper is like if you use the Chakra Magic on the Ember Spirit, you can double root them for 6 seconds.
Oh, nice.
It is quite crazy.
Force a spin out there.
That was really nice chains by mid one. He got the double chains mid remnant onto two of the heroes. That was a really sick play. High skill Ember in action.
Doing work here, and he has that Maelstrom coming along, so yeah, it's going to pass up the Villa Discord as a whole. It seems like maybe not as much of a fan as others. Tended to be over time, but again, that kind of seemed to be the flavor build for post 7.0 for the longest. But
yeah, maybe because his other cores don't do that much magic damage. Enigma, his Midnight Pulse is pure, and then Chaos Knight does very little magic damage. So maybe I think it's really good for like Keeper and Bounty though. But Maelstrom helps him farm a lot faster too.
What do we think of the choice to go right into the BKB here for Shadow Fiend post the Dragon Lance?
I think he needs it versus the CK. Else CK would just blow you up. Like, there's nothing you can do as a Shadow Fiend versus a CK with Tread's Armlet. He just Armlets, even if he only gets one illusion, like, if you get stunned, you're dead. You don't have no save on your team. Like, I agree with this build. It's gonna make him a little light on the damage, but that's what Amplify is for. And they're hemorrhaging track kills. I
mean, look at how deep they are. It's all the way to the tier 3 just about.
Bounty Hunter and Keeper is just way too much map control.
Yeah.
Like, you see anyone that you want to kill, okay, BOT in, recall, and there's 4 people right there within 3 seconds.
That's just ridiculous. Behind a tier 2 tower, they can just do it so freely.
Shadow Fiend might die here. Dude, he has a haste.
Oh, he does have a haste bottle. He has a double damage activated too, so the double rune, but not going to really get the benefit out of it. But yeah, with the haste rune, hopefully he should be able to get away if he gets caught there, or ideally I should say. As bottom lane, mid one, he's going to scare off Garter. Garter probably feels like, okay, yeah, Bounty Hunter could be nearby. Again, you always have to be guessing about that. And they've definitely been feeling the pain as a result. KZ over at the top lane, trying to pick off Slaughter, but he cannot get close enough for that Malefice.
Another one of those games where Slaughter is not going to be able to get Blink for a long time.
Yeah. He is definitely having trouble with that. Shadow Fiend, he wants to make a play up here. They would love to kill Chaos Knight. Now comes across the face like, all right, you want to fight? Let's fight, baby. The illusions come out with the Phantasm. There goes the Requiem of Souls, but down goes Slaughter pretty quickly. MP, he's going to be lifted up, though. You see Enigma running in. He has a black hole ready to go, but it's going to be tough to get a good one off right there. Chaos Knight finally picked off. That's a nice bounty. Coming out for the other side being Night Stalker, and the chase continues. Keizu, again, he has that black hole. Could set up a turn for perhaps if the support comes in, but no, he's going to be silenced, and he will be nuked down with the raise. Prodota, that's a good victory for them.
That was bad communication from Team Secret. They, firstly, recall was down. They didn't have the ultimate up on Keeper, and secondly, the Ember Spirit used his BOT to go home to get his Maelstrom. So they weren't able to bring the Ember Spirit at all. Which would have been pretty good for them because he could have just changed them into a position where they could have gotten Black Hold with the Enigma, but they were just not on the same page right there.
Oh, they're running down Garter up here at the top lane. Now comes those chains, but going to get the spin off. They know when it's down, though. He's going to be pretty vulnerable right here. So the Mana Leak being used, the Heal War put down, but he's going to take a stun from that Mana Leak. And the burn, baby, burn, with the Remnant right in the face. So easy kill on a Juggernaut in the end.
Track gold.
Once again.
Track gold.
I wish there was a stat to like keep track of track gold.
Yeah, there should be. One of these days we'll get it. It's been a lot. It's been probably 3, maybe not 3 though.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. What do? You have to get BKB. Or Shadow Blade or Blink or something.
Yeah.
But BKB is by far the safest for team fights.
No, I just found by the Chaos Knight, and the chaos ensues. Thus he goes down, so it's a tough game for Mickey here. Again, he almost has the BKB finished, but obviously not having it there, so he's slowing down. You talked about the Blink Dagger on Slaughter. He actually almost does have that now. He's also level 10 just about, but finally will get it. But again, it's not like they have the Lifestealer Bomb to go with it. It's just going to be a decent initiation tool here.
They don't really have any follow-up, though, which kind of sucks.
That's true.
For them, because you stun into... question mark?
Into Requiem, I guess, would be ideal, maybe with like a Shadow Blade initiation, yeah, but obviously that's a ways off as we keep looking at right here, so. No, you're right, though. Yeah, the follow-up does seem fairly weak for sure, at this point at least, and they're going to take out Roshan here in the meantime.
Oh, yeah, puppy. Solar Crest.
He likes it too.
Solar Crest is so good. It completely counters level 1 Amplify. Or, yeah, level 1 Corrosive Haze.
Okay.
And probably level 2 as well because of the evasion. So, it's also just really good for Roshan for sieging like this. Because CK actually died a lot of damage last fight.
Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, it's obviously great for a hero like this too. It's kind of being sneaky in the back lines here and trying to amp that damage up for quick kills, or even help teammates if it calls for it. So definitely seems like overall a great tool, and I know it did get some buffs recently too. So
yeah, that item is so much value now. Oh my goodness, I actually think that item is very good.
Mickey trying to run them down. He's not too afraid. He does have that BKB now. Slaughter jumped in, but he gets done immediately. The reality rip pull in, and he just melts. In a matter of seconds, you see the 3 Phantasms are out. The Requiem of Souls, he gets it off, but it's just too late. He dies right after. The follow-up damage, again, is not really the greatest. A lot of bounces from the Omni Slash, a lot of illusions to bounce too. Mitigating plenty of damage. Another reality rip pull in. It's almost like we got a mini Pudge here of sorts, just pulling everyone in.
They didn't have any way. They can't clear the illusions. Like, those just destroyed the CK during the Requiem. That was sad. Or during the BKB, rather.
Yeah. Shadow Fiend melted, and the rest followed, obviously, as we saw. So Team Secret, all the momentum in the world at this point, and you always like to, in cases like this, obviously, you like to try to give hope for the other side of Prodota, and where's the comeback mechanic, but it's looking grim.
One of the things that they didn't prepare for well is the lack of AoE. They didn't have AoE in their draft, and they also didn't prepare for it in their item build. Juggernaut, we talked about it last time, the Hamadam build. It's a good item, but it's not always the build. And this game, I also don't think it was the build. I think like Battle Fury or Maelstrom is kind of imperative on this hero against this Chaos Knight, or else you're always just going to be destroyed. Like, how are you going to Omni Slash and do those like really tanky illusions? You have to be able to clear them somehow, and Requiem is simply not enough for them. So. It wasn't an easy game for them to begin with because of the draft. No AoE versus CK and giving out Keeper, I think, are just really big mistakes in their draft. But again, it can be compensated through by good play, like not giving up 10+ track kills and building some AoE. But maybe soon, maybe Juggernaut will be able to get it after his Manta style. But right now, it is looking like the gold lead is getting close to that point where Prodota can't even go outside their base even during nighttime.
Oh, with that said, he does have the Axe. He does have a gem now he just purchased on the Night Stalker, that is, so.
Yeah, maybe they can actually kill the Bounty Hunter a few times. But, I mean, he's pretty tanky, though. Like
that's true.
1200 HP and Solar Crest is like, it's not easy to kill him at all.
Like, kind of attempt right there, but not really. It's just a quick stun and then fallback from Slaughter.
If they had like Blink BKB Black Hole on Enigma, like there is very little chance of Prodota winning a team fight. But he went Greaves and went into a Midas afterwards. I wonder if he's gonna get cooldown reduction or GPM at 15.
Cooldown reduction just seems like overall one of the best talents to get at like on any hero.
It is, but he hasn't used Black Hole except for once this game.
True.
So
It does also affect items, though, and I think that's why one of the
Yeah.
reasons that makes it so good.
oh, I mean, I'm totally on board.
Yeah.
However, this game they're not really fighting that much.
True.
So I think, like, if he has Blink BKB, he can actually get off the Black Holes. I don't know. It's cooldown reduction. I would say you can never really go wrong with cooldown
Exactly,
reduction. I'm never
yeah.
gonna say that's a bad decision. But
It's, neither one's going to be a bad decision here. I
neither
think
one's
it's
gonna be bad. Decision.
safe to say. Reality.
Oh my
Well,
god.
Rubik no longer exists right now. Mega kill streak for MP, and this tower push is going to be pretty easy. Again, Enigma Black Hole is a threat here, so they want to be careful about committing to a fight.
They have to do something though.
Ooh, nice silence. Oh, maybe not. I mean, maybe they are comfortable enough to say, you know what, you're going to have one of our racks. That's inevitably going to happen. Now, they want to kind of fight right here. The stun initiation on the Chaos Knight. Illusions are still up, though, and the melee racks is going to be dropping right here, most likely. There goes a BKB pop, jumps onto the Shadow Fiend, and once again just melts. He doesn't have his own BKB. Buys back immediately, though, and the BKB is coming up in 10 seconds. Darkness has fallen now, and the chase out. The Crush going to miss right there. He actually went in, but he got stopped with the Blink Dagger, I believe. And thus the Crush was not able to connect. Chaos Knight thrown in the air. But again, he has the Aegis, so worst case, he dies right here. He's coming right back up anyways. Not necessarily that big of a deal. Carter bouncing around with the enemy side. There's the Black Hole going off. It's not going to be stopped. The counter Black Hole, actually, from Insania coming out, though, so maybe give them a shot. In comes the Requiem of Souls. And down goes, actually, Chaos Knight. He's going to come back up, though, as mentioned. Carter will tear through the Ember Spirit. And now Chaos Knight, all of a sudden, he is in a pretty vulnerable spot. He may end up falling right here. As a spin on top of it, going for the perhaps turn kill. The bolt comes out, the Illuminate through. Not going to be enough, and down goes Chaos Knight. All right.
Oh man. That's one of those fights where the Rubik plays a better Enigma than your Enigma.
Insania over Keizu.
Keizu is not my favorite player, actually, but that was not. It wasn't like that. Black Hole was not necessary at all. Maybe he thought he was going to get a few more on the sidelines.
Yeah.
But one of the problems is he did go. Is he going for a heart afterwards of the Enigma? Is that for real? That cannot be.
Heart. Wow. Yeah, that is curious.
Okay. Yeah. That one. I'm looking. Okay, it's right next to Octarine Core on the shop.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, he's clicking through. He now has a Lincoln's queued up, so yeah, heart would have been pretty odd for sure.
Yeah.
Not going for that here.
That fight should have been way easier. I think if they just don't use Black Hole, they would have been better off. Rubik does not have a blink. Like he just has to sit there and just wait for the hole, and that's exactly what he did because Keizu played into it. But I mean, they blew up the Shadow Fiend. They got the melee ranks. They got the buyback on him, but still not the end of the game. I would say, like if that fight went cleanly, they could just steamroll through to another ranks. But now they're actually still going to have to play pretty cautiously.
They give the other team a little bit of hope is essentially what you're getting out there. And yeah, that's so Prodota, they have a reason to continue on and continue to play here. In fact, to pick off on a Chaos Knight once again would be more than enough of another reason, but there's a Phantasm, and with that BKB, just goes in onto Slaughter, and that's a quick kill as a result. The Reality Rift pull. And Coddle, meanwhile, he's going to run away, though, with a Blinding Light pushback because it has that support coming in. They know this, but they cannot get away in time. Down goes Insania. There's another kill onto the Night Stalker, and the Requiem of Souls not going to be nearly enough. It will mitigate their damage a little bit, but it's still going to fall, so triple kill for MP.
Shadow Fiend seems so useless. I don't know what would have been a better pick than Shadow Fiend.
You're right, yeah.
It's like they needed a hero with AoE that does decently in mid versus Ember, but Shadow Fiend is like, he's just been getting wailed on by Chaos Knight all game, and his game did not go that badly. They killed the Ember like 2 or 3 times, so it's definitely not like a player skill thing. In my eyes.
No, I don't think that is either, yeah.
It's just weird that he just ended up being so useless. Same with the Slaughter. Like, I've never seen a Slaughter with a blink be like, that's not going to, like, it's just
does nothing.
It doesn't do anything for his team, which is weird.
Yeah.
Because usually it's like, oh my god, Slaughter has blink. But this game, it doesn't, like, it's whatever.
The follow-up wasn't there. I mean, that early game did start to get a little bit out of control, and I think it's just, we're just also seeing that. The scaling is just so much better at this point. I mean, look at that. The Omni Slash, he just did nothing, basically.
That's sad.
Might as well not even use it. The Omni Slash hurt him more than helped him in that case. And this is going to be another melee racks, and I think this is the beginning of the end now for Team Secret.
Yep.
Again, as I like to say, taking care of business, as they no doubt were the favorites here. Going to take the game off of Prodota Gaming. So, I mean, PD, though, this is a team, again, they qualified out of the open qualifiers, and you're facing one of the favorites here in Team Secret right off the bat. They gave a little bit of justification as to maybe why they're a team to look out for somewhat, but
Their team play was not bad at all in the mid game. I just think You have to take keeper first over Slardar in 100% of cases. Even if you don't have a keeper player, I still think you could do. Like, the hero is just too ridiculous.
If you don't have a keeper player, then you ban it. I think it's the other point.
Yeah.
Take it away as an option, perhaps. But yeah, that's going to be a GG well play being called, and it's official. Team Secret will start 1-0 here in the group stages. So again, doing their job and taking the victory over Prodota. But again, a lot of matches to play, so don't look too much into this over these next couple of days right here. But still a strong start for Secret. So final thoughts on the game before we move on here?
CK worked out really well, even though it was 4th pick. Usually you'll see like a hero like that 5th pick, which was kind of cool. Maybe they just didn't know how to deal with CK. I don't know. Yeah, I don't. We didn't know what.
Like we said, yeah.
So that was kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah, that proved to be a strong pick actually. So Bounty Hunter definitely caused issues. Night Stalker, I thought he actually worked out decent in that first Nightfall, as we said, but after that first Nightfall, it really just didn't have high impact at all. So
Shadow Fiend's damage was ridiculous. Actually, I was looking at the damage. Juggernaut did like equal to Night Stalker.
Wow,
what?
he did.
But yeah, Helm of Dawn build I think is you sell that stock immediately.
Yeah.
Shadow Fiend, I guess. Maybe it was the pick. Maybe other heroes.
Yeah,
I don't know. Look at the damage that I think tells a lot.
Yeah, I think Shadow Fiend, yeah, exactly, ended up being all right. But by the time we saw in the later phases, they were just over-farmed. He was unable to do much because of that, if anything. So,
GG, well played.
That's the way to say it. All right. Anyways, guys, we are going to take another short break right here. We got our next match now lining up around the corner, and I believe it's going to be Bears versus Elements Pro Gaming. Will be our next game here. And Bears, again, one of these other favorites here out of the European region, so no doubt going to be excited to see how they make their debut now in these group stages. Going up against Elements Pro Gaming, a team that, again, one of these similar to an alternate attacks. They're a team that has been together for a while, but they have not been playing in a lot lately. But anyway, we'll talk more about that as we get back into that matchup here. After the short break, guys, stay tuned. We'll be right back.